welcome back to my channel. This is the second video I'm ever going to post, most likely. But I'm back with the 2022 Harley Nightster 975 you saw in the last video. I had a few people comment and say they wanted to see what I liked and didn't like and how much it costs, so I'm going to try to go over it in this video. I wrote a few things down. I'm not that knowledgeable on bikes. This is the only bike I've ever had. I've only ridden another bike, which was my dad's, and it's a Kawasaki Z900. It's pretty much different than this one, but one thing I don't like about the bike, which I'm just going to start with, the guy asked for, is how much it costs. I think it just costs too much money. It from MSRP was $13,499, and I got it out of the door $16,398. So I think it's pretty expensive compared to its competitors like the Honda Rebel 1100, which is $9,399, and the Indian Scout Bobber, which is $10,749. So $3,000 to $4,000 more expensive for this, and I don't really know why. I haven't ridden the other bikes, but I just think it's too much money. And I'll just go back and forth between things I like and don't like. And something I like about it is, when I was looking for a bike, I wanted a bike that was sporty, but also wanted something comfortable. I wanted to go to a sport bike, but I wanted a cruiser. So they had this, and I feel like it's a pretty nice mix. It's pretty comfortable, it's fast, I think it looks pretty sleek. I think this is the better side looking, just saying. I think other people agree. That's one of the big things I like about it. And then we'll just keep going with something I don't like about it again. There's no creature comforts, in my opinion. Like, there's literally nowhere to put anything on the bike. Like, nowhere to put my phone, nowhere to put keys or anything. The only thing they have is under the seat is a little, like a slot to put my registration and insurance. Other than that, there's nothing. There's no cruise control, and there's nowhere to even plug my phone in with a USB, and it costs more than all these other bikes. So that's something I just don't really understand, but what can you do? Actually, going with that one, I'll just jump to this one. The gas tank's under the seat. It really makes the bike feel super light. Like, you can kind of stand on it and throw it with your hips. It feels like there's nothing up here. This is just the air box. So on other bikes I've sat on with the tank up top, just felt real heavy. Felt like it would literally fall over as soon as I sat on them. So that's something I think it's pretty nice. It keeps the bike like really low center of gravity. Something I don't like. The exhaust. The design, I don't really know. Look, I don't know, I don't design bikes, but this design from this cylinder is very bad for somebody that's a bit shorter. Even for me, I'm 6 foot, and my dad's 5 foot, so when he rode on it, every time he would put his leg down, his cab would be getting touched and burned. So even with me sitting on it, you can't see it really from there, but just your natural seating position puts your calf and your thigh very close to it, so it can be really uncomfortable and clearly burn your leg. So I don't know if that's something other people deal with, but I don't deal with that much. It did touch my thigh once when I was trying to walk it, and it basically burned my leg. But I deal with it now. My dad doesn't really ride it that much because it'll burn his leg. But yeah, that's something I think is pretty rough, and for people that are shorter, you should probably know. A rider mode, something I like about it. It has rain mode, road mode, and sport mode. Rain mode, clearly, I guess, is just, you probably need it because of the rain, and it's safe. But there's basically no like reactiveness from the throttle. You could pull it and then it starts going. But I guess it's a safety thing. Road mode, it's okay. I don't think there's a lot to it, but I guess for the beginning rider that needs to learn how to ride the bike, it's probably safe and a nice ride for them. And then there's sport mode, which is what I drive it in all the time. If it's not in sport mode, I feel like the bike doesn't really go anywhere. So I need it in sport mode, and it's a blast. It stays in the power all the time. The throttle feels like exactly where you want it. That's pretty good. Oh, the bike. Its noise is basically non-existent when it's stock. I have an exhaust on there, S&S Brothers stock or exhaust. In my last video, I pointed it out, and you'll see clips. I might put clips in this one. But it sounds like nothing when it's brand new. It whistles more than you even hear the exhaust until you put something like this on it. But there's also not much aftermarket parts for it other than that one for exhaust. And then there's maybe like front peg, like kits so you can change, and I think there's an air intake. Other than that, there's not much really going for the bike. Also, yeah, I guess there's like different handlebars, but again, that's all cosmetics. There's nothing really performance-wise. Seating position. I mean, you just saw me sit on it. You sit very, again, I'm a bit taller, but you sit really comfortable on it. My arms feel okay, my legs feel good, but also, when you want to go fast, you can always lean in and put yourself down into the tank to really get going, you know what I'm saying? I think that's really it for everything I disliked about it and like about it. Oh, I'm gonna throw another extra I like about it. It has adjustable suspension. the preload. I haven't really messed with it, even though I probably should, because there's a book that tells you all the specs for the certain weight. But yeah, I mean, if you want to really get into it, I haven't done it. It feels like a nice ride so far. I really like it. It did come in other colors. I didn't like the other. There's red and there's a gray, where basically this gray would be on the tank and it'd be black, like vice versa. It doesn't make any sense to me. This would be all red or gray, and this would stay black. And it just didn't. I don't really get it. I guess it's not this bike I dislike, but the bike in general, I would never bought those kind. And yeah, I enjoy the bike. It's my first bike, so I don't really have any knowledge, like I said earlier. Yeah, I would recommend it to somebody that is willing to pay for it. If you don't have like that much money, you just want like kind of more of a beginner bike, I'd go with like a Honda Rebel or something. But yeah, I really enjoy the bike. If you want to spend the money on it, you go for it. Sounds good when you put in the exhaust. Feels good. The power's really nice between like 5,000 and 7,500. I think it looks really good. I already said that already, but yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the bike. Thanks to the two guys that commented. The one I know his YouTube is called You're Shooting Buddy. The other guys is a bunch of letters I couldn't repeat, but I'm sure they'll see this because they asked for it. I think that's it. Gotta go. Ride safe out there.